Hi, my name is Sylvia Binder and I am the President, CEO of the Ondamed companies in Germany and in New York. You have come to learn about the Ondamed technology and I'm very glad that you are here. Ondamed, which is a Latin word, stands for wave medicine. We stimulate with focused post-electromagnetic fields, and while we stimulate the body, we feel for the patient's response to the stimulus. It is the patient that guides us with their own autonomic nervous system response to which frequencies, which programs are most important for the patient at the time of the session and where to place the stimulus.
Ondamed is a very unique treatment modality. It works with focused electromagnetic fields, and these focused electromagnetic fields they stimulate tissue. In combination with these focused fields, we use feedback. We feel the pulse and determine where on the body the treatment or the stimulus is needed. So the focused fields, if you just imagine you have the handheld applicator, the focused field is coming out like here and is penetrating the tissue right in front of the applicator. So you are able to penetrate very difficult to reach body areas like the bone, like a joint, like the inside the joint, like insulated infected areas or insulated degenerated tissue areas. So you treat the infected area, you treat the degenerated area, and by placing the stimulus, you are revitalizing the tissue.
The Ondamed stimulates the natural systems within the body that know how to heal the body. It doesn't heal things itself, it stimulates the immune cells to do what they know how to do. And the migrations of cells are very important in the repair of injuries. Cells have to be able to migrate to a site of injury. That takes energy. They have to make new cells to do the repair process. They have to secrete proteins. All of these vital activities are energized by ATP. So the Ondamed is able to get electrons moving into cells, into mitochondria, increase the ATP production enormously, and so injuries repair very quickly.
You know what this is? You got to learn about this. This is the future of medicine right here.
There's a device called the Ondamed that is incredibly effective in opening up blockages. Nogé's work out of Paris, where people get stuck, and all the king's horses and all king's men, all the vitamins and minerals and substances, nothing works because they're stuck, they're blocked. And the Ondamed does a marvelous job of that.
Common denominator to almost all chronic disease is inflammation. While we have wonderful chemical markers to understand that there is inflammation in the body, we don't know where the inflammation is sitting. But the Ondamed technology with the unique biofeedback methodology helps us to reveal reaction areas. And such reaction areas include inflammation, infectious processes, scar tissue, or tissue that holds traumatized or unresolved shock memories that are stored on a cellular level. So while we can treat very simply sports injuries, osteoporosis, and we treat not only the pain associated with osteoporosis, but also help with the bone regrowth. It is a very unique system that we can use for not only acute issues, but for chronic issues. And this is, in medicine, this is where we have a lot of problem in helping our chronically ill patients. My own story has fueled my passion to share with you that this technology is essential for any medical practice, whatever it is that you do. My son, at the age of 5, was diagnosed with a 1 centimeter large thrombus in his heart. He had open heart surgery at the age of 2, but here he was at the age of 5 and Coumadin did not work on its own. When I added Ondamed to the treatment of Coumadin, after being resistant to the medication for 3 months and almost heading toward open heart surgery. Just adding this one modality, the Ondamed, made the Coumadin do what it needs to do. We are all electromagnetic beings, so it is so essential that we add the realm of biophysics, the realm of electromagnetism, and not just generic electromagnetism. We need to deal with our patients in a focused and specific way. The body needs specificity in order for it to heal quickly and lastingly. My team and I are here to guide you through the process of better understanding the focused field application, finding and treating tissue that may be inflamed, infected, traumatized, or maybe a scar tissue. I wish to invite you and inspire you to please give us a call. My team and I are ready to guide you through this process. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you.
So I wanted to find out for myself what exactly was the science behind Ondamed. So I did my own research. I scoured PubMed, the database for peer-reviewed medical journals, to find out about pulse electromagnetic field therapy and if it truly was efficacious. And to my surprise, there was tons of peer-reviewed research out there and published, and pretty amazing as far as the variety of conditions that responded in a positive way.
My 85-year-old patient who was about to have a knee replacement because he had bone on bone, and I treated him, and after 5 treatments his pain subsided. He canceled the surgery, and I've seen him for the past 5 years with 4 or 5 treatments a year, and he's avoided the surgery. So that's a very interesting result.
When I purchased the Ondamed, I had just come back from Moscow, and while I was in Moscow, I had suffered a neurological event. And because of the plane trip, I had had a cerebellar problem with severe ataxia and severe vertigo. And I was actually in the hospital the entire time I was in Moscow. After some hyperbaric therapy there in Moscow, as well as chiropractic, I was able to walk with a cane, but I still had a lot of dizziness. That actual weekend, we went for the training there in my office, and the second day there, I was having my staff just practice, and they practiced on me, and it said that I needed a biorhythm adjustment. And so we just did the adjustment. I didn't think actually anything of it. I just said sure, and I just did it to myself while staff watched. And but by the end of that day, I no longer needed my cane. I was using the cane, and then I was not.
People who are energetically depleted, working too hard, the Ondamed is amazing that within one session you can take someone who's feeling tired, depleted, no energy, can't focus, having pain, and within one session have them get up off the table, energized, focused, ready to go, ready to proceed, and going, wow, what just happened here?
So much of what we see with cancer from an emotional standpoint is that emotions are a major cause in the development of cancer, and they're a major factor in altering the course of disease. And that's often invisible to medicine as a field. And to be able to use pulsed electromagnetic field therapy to really intervene and have a biofeedback loop, changing their thoughts, their beliefs and attitudes, and how that actually changed their emotional state, which actually then changed tissue. That was exciting to me.
I always says that Rolf Binder made that machine for me, because I understand the mechanism is so easily how the protocols come to my mind, how I'm going to start the patient. I make a mix between my internal medicine knowledge, and I mix that with the technology of Ondamed. So there are not any way that I can miss a diagnosis or that I cannot have a success in a treatment with a patient.